Let me start with a number that stopped me from Reid Hoffman. Over the next 50 to 100 years, 60 to 70% of the most significant inventions humanity produces will be the result of human-AI collaboration. Another 25 to 30% will be largely AI-driven, with human providing direction and validation. And only around 5% will come from independent human invention in the traditional sense. Now, you might feel one of two things, either excitement or alarm. I get both reactions, but here is the question I really want to answer today. How does a normal person, a business professional with full workload, not a tech specialist, not just survival in this era, but generally get ahead? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Selin Xu. I help business professionals and organizations make smart decisions about AI and AI adoption, so technology creates real value instead of risk. Let's dive in. Here is the most important structure shift I want you to understand, and it's one that most people completely missed. There are no longer pure independent contributors. In the old work model, the model most of us were trained in, what you could achieve at work was bounded by three things: what you personally knew, what you were personally skilled at, and how many hours you personally had in a day. Your output was essentially you. In the AI paradigm, those constraints are radically relaxed. Every person can now deploy their own personal infrastructure of intelligent capability. An AI system that extend what they can accomplish far beyond the limit of their own knowledge, own skills, and available time. The limiting fact is no longer individual knowledge. It is quality of direction, your ability to tell AI what to do and what to find and what to produce. This reframes the entire question of career development. You don't need to become a generalist who knows everything. You need to become an excellent director of AI capability, and that's a skill any professional can build starting now. Now, I want to walk you through a practical 3-tier framework for becoming a sophisticated AI user. No technical background required. You just need to follow the progression. Tier 1, foundational. Change how you interact with AI. The first single change you can make right now is simple. Stop typing and start talking. I know, that sounds almost trivial, but the speed difference alone is significant. We speak far faster than we type. Most importantly, when you articulate your need through a natural speech, you naturally provide more context, more nuance, more specificity. And here's fundamental truth about AI. The quality of the output is directly determined by the quality of input. Voice interaction is the fastest route to consistent better result. The second foundational change: never rely on AI built-in knowledge for current information. Every major large language model has trained data log for at least 18 months. Its knowledge of recent industry development, new competitive dynamic, current market condition, all of it is structured out of date. This is a hidden trap that catches even experienced AI users. The solution is simple. When current matters, explicitly instruct the AI to conduct a real-time web search before responding. Don't ask it what it knows. Tell it to go to and find out what is currently true. My own research practice uses a 2-step approach that consistently outperforms the single question approach most people default to. First, I prompt the AI to generate a comprehensive professional research prompt on the topic, typical 2 pages long. Then I use that prompt to drive a real-time web search session. The result is both current and analytically deeper. Try it once. You will never go back to the old ways. Tier 2, intermediate. Deploy role-playing to different perspectives. Once you have foundational habit lock-in, the next level of AI utility comes from something I consider it one of the most underutilized capability. Its ability to simulate multiple distinct intellectual roles. Think about any complex question you face at work. a strategic decision, a product launch, a major investment. You can instruct the AI to adopt the specific perspective of, saying, a technology developer, a venture capitalist, a government regulator, a public safe expert, or an ordinary customer. You then ask each personal to analyze the same question from their own professional standpoint. You get a richness of perspective that no individual, however experienced, can reply alone. And here's the technique I apply before every major decision I make. I require the AI to argue comprehensively against my thesis, play the committed, well-informed critical, find every logic gap, every unsubstantiated claim, every assumption that won't survive contact with an skeptical audience. This isn't negative thinking, it's pre-fighting stress testing. Only if my thesis survives that exercise I proceed. The decision I've made with that discipline in place are better than the one I made without it. Tier 3, Advanced. Orchestrate multiple AI agents. This is where real competitive distance opens up, and I want to be direct about this. What I'm describing here is not the future. It's what the most effective professionals are already doing today. Advanced AI use means treating AI not as a single assistant, but a scalable team of intelligent agents you direct in parallel towards complex system-level tasks. Let me give you a concrete example. Imagine a content production team. At the intermediate level, they might use AI for transcription, caption generation, and script optimization. Useful, but narrowly additive. At an advanced level, the AI reads every piece of content they have ever produced, every social media dataset, every audience feedback signal, and every comparable piece of competitive intelligence externally available. It identifies the pattern that actually drive the engagement. It synthesizes external industry data. It produces a comprehensive evidence-based strategy roadmap for next 2 months. Not a list of ideas, but a prioritized action plan with identified reasoning. That is the distinct I want you to internalize. Intermediate AI use is the task completion. Advanced AI use is system thinking, cross-dimensional information synthesizing, and workflow redesign. And the cost? Now comparable to a utility expense, scalable, on demand, and vastly cheaper than the human team that capability would previously have acquired. Opportunity for normal people. I want to talk about something I have watched play out in real time inside large organizations. Because the professionals' opportunities here is more immediate than most people realize. The pattern is consistent. A professional with genuine domain knowledge in finance, marketing, logistics, operations, who proactively builds even a relatively modest AI-enhanced process improvement, document it clearly, and make the result visible to leadership, experience an immediate and disproportionate uplift in both internal profile and external market value. The bar is not high. The field is not crowded. Most of their peers are still observing. The most value AI work I've seen hasn't come from the most technical sophisticated team members. It has come from the people who understood a business problem deeply enough to formulate an AI approach that a model could actually execute, and who had the confidence to try. A finance analyst who built an AI-assisted report that cut analysis time from 3 weeks to 3 days. A logistic manager who redesigned exception management workflow with AI, reduced manual intervention by 1/3. An insights manager who used agent orchestration to synthesize multiple data resources into a single weekly strategic briefing. None of this require advanced technology expertise. All of them require domain depth, initiatives, and the willingness to invest the time to try. So, what AI cannot replace? Before I give you the single most important action item, I want to address something that I think is critically important to get right: the narrative around AI and human value. This is not a displacement narrative. It is a collaboration narrative. The dominant model of future innovation is human define the direction and make value judgment. AI conducts the research, performance calculation, run the simulation, then human validate the hypothesis and make the decision. Together, they accomplish things that neither could achieve independently. And there are human capabilities that no AI will replicate or replace. Trust, the construction and maintenance of relationship built on reliability and shared history. Incentive design, the human-centric judgment required to structure motivation system for real people with real psychology. Value trade-offs, the ethic and philosophical reasoning required when legitimate competing values are in genuine conflict. Emotional connection, the irreducible social embodied nature of genuine human-to-human relationship. We are social animals. No matter how powerful AI becomes, the face-to-face exchange between human beings will always carry a weight and a value that no digital substitute can match. So, what's the single most important action I'd ask every professional watch this video to take before the end of the year? It's not technical skill. It's not a course. It's not a tool recommendation. It's a habit. Develop the AI instinct. The AI instinct is practice of pausing before any task, however small, however routine, and ask a single question. Can AI help me with this? Can AI help me do this better? Planning a complex project. Can AI structure the approach? Preparing for a difficult stakeholder conversation. Can AI help you think through what you want to see, how to say it, without triggering defensive, and what other person need to hear? Rewinding a competitor's strategy. Can AI synthesize the relevant signal? The instinct applies everywhere, not because AI should do everything, because the habit of asking the question surfaces opportunities that most people never discover simply because they never think to look. Even people who describe themselves as active AI users have not yet developed this instinct. They've identified a small number of tasks for which they have established the workflow. Outside of the task, they default remain entirely non-AI. The gap between I use AI and I have the AI instinct is a gap between capture 5% of AI value and capture something much closer to its real potential. Before you're doing anything, ask whether AI can help, not whether it must, whether it can. That single habit will determine who keeps up with this area and who gets left behind. If this video gives you a useful reframe, like it and share it with one colleague who needs to hear. Subscribe for more. And if you want to go deeper on any of these tiers, particularly on agent orchestration and how to apply it in your specific industry, let me know in the comment below. I read everyone. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.